All right. Welcome, everyone. Wow, there's a lot of people in here. Hey, do nothing. Hey, Wiz, what's up? What's up? Awesome. Always feeling blessed and grateful. Yo, what's up, guys? Wow. Do we have 5 likes so far? Wow. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Nice to see everyone in here. All right. So, we'll begin in less than a minute here. Thank you for your patience. We're getting a lot more people in now. I think everyone's getting the notifications through YouTube or email or just Discord, Twitter, whatever it may be, Instagram. All right. Okay, so hopefully everyone's doing all right. Hopefully everyone had a great day today. So first off, let's go over the markets. Okay. So SPY. All right. So this is exactly what I told my private members last night through the private technical analysis video that I send out every single Sunday. Okay. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick review, right, on what I said I want to see. So first of all, we got into puts. I signaled puts at 441. All right, I said I'm gonna go into 441. I'm going puts once we reject at 441. So if I go onto my intraday time frames, right, I went on this candlestick right over here. Okay, at this rejection at 4. Wait, actually, hold on a second, guys. Let me go to 15-minute. This is better. Okay. So I believe it was at, what was it? Yeah, on this candlestick right over here at 11:30. Okay. This is where I sent in a message in the Discord to all my private members that we should get some SPY puts here. Okay. And we grabbed the 435 puts that expired this Friday. So weekly expiration. And this is where we had that entrance to that position right at the rejection of 441, and we held it over the weekend, and guess what, we had a nice gap down. Now here is where I was very accurate in my Sunday night technical analysis video that I sent out to my private members. So I said there is going to be a little bit of a support around 437. However, I want us to see a break of 437, which would be likely since sellers are trying to gain control again, since we are seeing flashes of signs that the market wants to pull back and start consolidating. And so I said, okay, if we do break below 437, then we have two levels or an area to look at, and that is specifically at 435 to 435.50. And guess what? What was the low of the day today, guys? 435.04. And we retested 435.50 as well. So we hit all my major levels, my support levels specifically today. All right, so 437, 435.50, and 435. Now, you guys may be wondering, where's my next support level that I want to be looking at? Well, 433.50. Now, if you guys want a specific area, I would say around 433.50 to 433, a nice little 0.50 cent range. So that is very important to remember, because again, the market has been flashing warning signs that it wants to pull back, let off some steam, and then start consolidating. Okay, so the analysis that I gave everyone in the private Discord and the private members all worked out perfectly today, and that was how I was able to give my members 110% return on those specific contracts on SPY. And we also grabbed SPY puts again, right? Potentially because we could be seeing a lower high at the high of the day that was made today, and we sniped that entry. I believe the exact time for that specific SPY put was right on this candlestick, right over here, literally right here. Okay, so right at the high of the day, we got in, and from that point forward, we didn't make a higher high, and we continued to move down, and we saw some relative strength being lost. Okay, so SPY, definitely watch out tomorrow. Again, there can be a slow grind to the downside. Why a slow grind? Well, today we had that very volatile and very quick move down. And so this is kind of the initial impulsive move to the downside that usually happens when especially bearish traders and shorts get really emotional and they just start piling in to make the price go down within a specific time frame. And so today, a little over almost an hour here, we get that nice large push to the downside as we lost that 437 support level. Okay, and so a lot of my one-on-one students were able to go in as well, and all my private members did pretty well with that over the weekend swing. Okay, now for SPY, we ended up with a kind of a bearish 15-minute candlestick here. You need to take note of that. And if you aren't in SPY put yet, well, if you go on the daily time frame, we still have a lot of room left to move down. And if you guys remember, well, I don't think I told you guys this in the live stream on Thursday last week, but we do have this small gap up that we never filled, right? So we can potentially in the next few weeks, next few months, come back down to this 423 support level, all right? And then bounce. So we need to fill in this gap because again, there's a general rule that you guys should follow. SPY will always fill in gaps. Is everyone following along so far? Give me a thumbs up. Is everyone here? Just making sure. Okay, well, I'm gonna assume that that makes sense. Okay, let's get some new music though. All right. All right, so with that in mind, okay, you guys need to be careful here at the top. The momentum can switch pretty quickly, and the volume was a little bit low today as well compared to the average volume, the daily average of 86.3 million here. So just be wary tomorrow, okay? If you guys are looking to go short, there is a possibility that we can fill in this gap up, this gap down that we haven't filled in yet. Okay, and that is a real possibility. So if you do fill in the gap and then reject maybe around 439, that can also be an entry for some puts. Now, if you guys are bullish into tomorrow, right, there is a cup and handle here, right, that we formed throughout the entire day's price action. And so if overnight we decide to gap up as we move up higher, there might be a small gap up in the morning, right at market open, which will allow us to see a gap fill, and then we might reject that 439, which will then fill in that gap up that we just made, right, overnight. And so if you do start moving lower from that point forward, again, watch out for 437, again, 435.50, 435, and then eventually 433.50, or if you guys want that 50-cent range, 433.50 to 433.00. Okay? All right. So that's exactly what we did with SPY, and make sure you guys are watching for that tomorrow, those specific levels. And for the people who are just joining in, welcome, welcome. I just went over SPY, the trade that we took over the weekend, and the trades that some of the members took in as well, using my levels that are provided in the private technical analysis video that's sent every single Sunday night. So make sure you guys come back to the recording of this live stream and then watch the very first 10 to 15 minutes to see what I said about SPY and what you guys can do tomorrow. Okay, so I gave you guys that quick general game plan you guys can go off of. So good luck tomorrow. Now, let's get into the juicy stuff here. So as you guys can see in the title, all right, my members were able to attain a 200% plus return on this name so far. Okay, so I sent in a trade for MARA. This is a crypto focused stock here, and right now Bitcoin has been making a very nice bull flag, or I would rather say a very nice descending channel if it loads here. Okay, and so this is what I've been saying here. All right, so this is, now we can check this off. All right, so this is the chart that I sent into my private CFO Single Watch members. All right, and I sent in this a long time ago, or I think 2 weeks ago or last week, and we bounced at $25,300. And then this is what I sent in yesterday on, excuse me, not Sunday, Monday night, so yesterday. And we actually got this. We broke over 27,000, and guess what? We are still moving up higher. So that means Mara, right, can be over 200% in gains tomorrow for my private CFO Swing Watch members. Okay, and so this is a really, really good trade so far. We got in, if you guys want to know where we got in, right? So I give you guys the exact time here of when the message was sent here, right? So sent in at 9:48 a.m. So right on this candlestick. So right over $10.70. And guess what? What I write here, guys? Bam. Long over $10.70. Perfect. Okay. And so this is how we were able to snipe this entry point, and we were able to see the nice push upwards and this short squeeze like movement. How do you know? Well, take a look at the volume. All right, this breakout is backed by volume. It was astronomical today, this volume. And with this type of volume, we can see a continuation tomorrow, especially as FOMO kicks in. And the target that I'm looking at is $12 and up. And eventually, I want us to see a retest of this previous recent pivot high point of $12.83. And so, maybe you might even reject that 12.50 and then make that second lower high point or pivot point. But either way, we can continue to ride this momentum up higher. I mean, the RSI is still sitting at 65.97 on the daily, so there's still a lot more room to move to the upside. And we just broke out of this 10.70 resistance level after weeks and weeks of relentless consolidation, right? So sideways move action here. Okay, so Mara, amazing swing trade. We're still holding it, right? I will advise the private members tomorrow when to get out here as well, when to start taking profits. So absolutely amazing gains here. All right, and I also want to give you guys an update on Rivian. right? RIVN. So as you guys already know, I did a full extensive analysis on the live stream last Thursday, and the reasons why you want to be long on this one. And so make sure you guys check that out. It's the most recently uploaded live stream recording on the channel, so make sure you guys check it out. If you guys need help, let me know. It's pretty easy to find, but if you guys really don't know where it is, then let me know and I'll help you guys out. So today we got the official news. We saw that buildup of contracts, right, that are being opened on this name. We saw that huge burst in open interest or OI. So we got that news today, right, where Rivian is going to be included in the Tesla's supercharging network, and that's very big news. It's great for all these competitors of Tesla, but again, who has the #1 spot in the EV market share? Tesla, right? I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So Rivian, Lucid, there's a lot of other electric cars, vehicles that will benefit from having that access to the supercharger network, which spans all the way from the west to the east coast of the United States, right? So Tesla has a pretty impressive charging network. So Rivian, again, all we need to do is break over that 15.70 resistance level, and if you guys just want to use a whole number level, $16, right? As long as you break over $16 and hold over $16, we should be able to see a nice jump up higher. And I honestly think, we can hit 17.50 and even the 20s, because again, we are extremely oversold on the monthly time frame. So you guys have to think of this as a longer term play here, right? You guys can't be thinking of this just on the intraday time frames, the 15-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour. Focus on the daily and the weekly and even the monthly here, right? Because the RSI, right, is very, very, very bad, right? It's in the teens here. So in order for us to see a recalibration of this value of 13.22, right, which is the value that it closed off of today on the RSI, we need to have a nice, good jump to the upside. So at least an initial short squeeze like movement. Okay, now, so for Mara, as well, I also wanted to mention, if you go on the weekly time frame, right, there is a lot of room left for this one to move, right? And as long as Bitcoin continues to hold its price action overnight, as it continues to go up higher, as more FOMO buying comes in right over that 27,000 break, that level that I told you guys to watch, this one will continue to go up higher and possibly even make another higher high pivot point compared to this one right here at $12.83, and maybe even retest this major weekly level of resistance at $14.20. Right, so this may be the longer term target for Mara. So make sure you guys watch this on the daily and the weekly time frames. You guys have to think about the longer term time frames now, as we are in the new bull market. So one last thing that I want to go over with SPY, right, the overall markets, is that, let this load, right? So I said this last time as well, but even if the markets are flashing warning signs that it wants to pull back, have a textbook pullback and consolidation, individuals' names will still move, right? Especially the laggards. As the leaders start to pull back and lose some steam, that outflow of money is going to start going into the laggards that haven't moved at all, even if the market has been going up, even if the respective industry and sector has been moving up, right? Even if there's broader participation on all across every single market sector, individual laggards, individual names that have been really lagging will start to move. And we saw that today, especially with Mara, right? Mara was a laggard, right? It was just continuously moving sideways in a very textbook manner until it reached that major level of resistance again at 10.70, and we saw that very, very nice breakout, and we got that nice confirmation entry point right before we saw that huge short squeeze to the upside. All right. Okay, and then lastly, right, there are whispers that quantum computing may be the next kind of a hyped sector here, as it goes from AI to quantum computing. I mean, that's how it always goes, right? The hype always travels to a different space. I did some good research on quantum computing, and the technology is there, but it's still a little bit, I would say at least give it at least 5 to 8 years of development before we actually get something really, really sustainable, right? Something that's very efficient and worthy of being called a quantum computing system, right? For right now, I believe, quantum computing is being mostly researched for cybersecurity reasons, there's some companies, individual companies, and there are also public companies out there that are small cap companies that are looking to have quantum as a service, right? That's what it's called, right? So QaaS rather than SaaS, right? So software as a service. So, this might be an emerging industry. I'm pretty sure it will be, as things get faster and faster and faster every single, I think there was some sort of theory, I believe. I forgot what it's called, and I forgot the actual intervals of the years. But I think every 8 years or 4 years, there's an advancement in computers and even just logistics itself. So, as AI also, generative AI continues to really revolutionize every single industry and quickly, make quick changes to every single sector and industry, quantum computing can double that, right? So, hey, what's up, Miner? What's up? So I went over everything so far that I want to go over. So make sure if you guys have any tickers that you guys want me to go over, make sure you guys send them in the live chat room right now. I'll be waiting. As you guys are waiting, again, a summary. I want Mara to really head up to 12 and even past 12, maybe even hit 12.50 tomorrow. That's the reason why we're swinging this one. And in a longer term perspective, this weekly level at 14.20, right? It can be reached. Make sure you guys remember that, right? And then Rivian as well. We gotta make sure that this one on the monthly time frame, it is absolutely destroyed to the downside, right? I mean, the highs after its IPO was 179.47. So that's quite a drop. Okay. Miner, you said coin. We have our first name. Awesome. Yeah. So first of all, let's start on the monthly time frame. It's always a good idea. I even have my entry still here. So, Miner, make sure you take note of this. All right, this will be our official entry point. I think it's going to be either a crossover 57.50 or a bounce entry at 57.50 tomorrow, but we'll see. So, monthly time frame, very, very battered, just like what you guys saw with Rivian. So, both of these names, Rivian and Coin, they're extremely overvalued at IPO. We tend to see that. And a little side note, guys, you guys should always know that IPOs are always opening up at their very highest value point. And from that point forward, the prices absolutely plummet. That's kind of the usual situation. But if there is enough hype around that specific company going public, there's actually a good chance that we can see the price rocketing higher before we see that price discovery phase when we start to see some consolidation. That's what's actually happening with, for example, GFS. All right, this is the very, very essential semiconductor name on the monthly time frame. You guys can see that the price is still within that very volatile price action, but we had that price discovery phase of this IPO where it's trying to find a very good, valuable share price to be at, right? And so obviously from a fundamental standpoint, this name is a winner, but technical standpoint, we still have to let it do its thing, right, as it moves sideways. So let's get back to coin. So coin has been, again, very, very overvalued. There's still a chance that we can see lower highs and lower lows, but thanks to the overall stocks that are involved with crypto, like crypto mining and buying crypto as well, this one has been affected by Bitcoin's movement today. We saw that huge move to the upside, that huge breakout to the upside over that 27,000 level that I've been telling everyone to look at. So again, just for the people who are just coming in, I showed this earlier, but again, if you guys missed out on the earlier few minutes of this live stream, make sure you guys go back to the recording. I highly recommend that you guys go back to it and watch at least 10 to 20 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes of the very first few part of this live stream. So all right, so Bitcoin has actually reached this major level of resistance at $28,850. So this is kind of the level here, right? Let me make it a little bit more accurate. So around there, right? So and this one is looking pretty good. It looks like we topped out right now at $29,014. So as long as this continues to move up, we should be really good. So we got that retest at this descending level of resistance today, and again, we broke over $27,000. So this is exactly right here, number 2. I added this on Sunday night as I was writing the newsletter, and so all my private members were able to see this chart on Monday last night, and so hopefully they got into this opportunity here, and we absolutely blasted off over 27,000, and we've reached 29,000. Okay, so as long as this holds, Mara should be good tomorrow, and coin should be good. So coin on the daily time frame, we need to get over, like I said earlier. Let me show you guys. So I've had this entry point for quite some time now, right? So okay, so it seems like since I came back on the daily time frame, this is going to be an entry over this level, this $57.50 level, right over here. All right, so this is the major level of resistance right now that's holding back coin from being able to make higher highs and higher lows. And if you do break over 57.50 tomorrow, there are a lot of resistance areas, specifically my SMAs, the daily 50, which is my dark blue line here, and then my daily 200 right over here. So these are very major levels of resistance, or areas of resistance, where a bunch of shorts and sellers are looking to get out of their position or to smack the price down in order to profit off of a move to the downside. And so watch out for that. But if we decide to break up higher and over the 250 SMAs tomorrow, it's going to be hard to do, but if we do see that, there could be a nice little short squeeze all the way back to $61 or even 61.50. All right, so that is your target there for coin if we do see a nice entry point and hold over 57.50. All right, so this is an entry point that I've had for quite some time, and I've been waiting on for this name, COIN. So make sure you guys look at that tomorrow. All right, so miner, hopefully you're still here, and that is your technical analysis for coin. Hey, welcome guys, welcome. For all the people who are just joining in, make sure you guys come back to the recording, which will be posted by default on the channel. All right, make sure you guys take a look, and make sure you guys look at least the 10 to around 20-minute mark. I go over some very important stuff about the market and kind of what happened with Mara, like I said in the description box and on the title of this live stream. All right, does anyone else have any more tickers that they want me to go over? Marvel, you say? Yeah, so Marvel, another semiconductor company that has been benefiting from this overall AI hype. It's basically followed what Nvidia has been doing, right? Huge gap up over earnings. I mean, they even mentioned AI, and they just saw that nice boost higher. It's a buzzword, just like back in 2021, or I think it was early 2022, when we had metaverse as the buzzword. So that was a very, very nice jump up higher. So Marvel, this one's gonna need a lot more time. This is one of the leading semiconductor names. I mean, it's been telling us that it wants to cool off by consolidating. We've made this, I guess, consolidation range between 63.50, right? And let me just move this slightly, around $58. All right, so $58 and 63.50, a pretty wide range, but it will get tighter as my daily 21 SMA catches up. All right, so we can see it move lower to 58 to retest it again and then bounce. And then range trade all the way up to 63.50 and then reject again and come all the way back down to 58.20ish or maybe even higher than the previous low, right? So minor, you gotta wait for this one. All right, it's gonna take some time before it makes that second leg up higher after this very nice run up after earnings, right? Used earnings as a catalyst to break up higher and short squeeze higher as well. And again, the semiconductor leaders are now seeing an outflow of money, and we're starting to see an inflow into the laggards in the semiconductor amongst the semiconductor names. For example, MCHP. All right, if you guys are public members of the CFO Discord, you guys should have seen this one as well. I gave you guys a little sneak peek of what happened to MCHP after I featured it in the newsletter last Sunday, right? And I believe the entry point was over $80.50, and we got a nice break, a nice hold and break over $80.50, and we're able to hit the very next major level of resistance sitting at $87. Okay, and possibly if you break over 87 and potentially over this $87.73 area or this pivot high point, there's a good chance that we can see a nice all-time high price. All right. Okay, Amazon. Yeah, again, big tech names, they all need to cool down, right? I believe Google is one of the ones that are doing pretty well with this consolidation. But Amazon, all right, it's starting to get really tight here. All right, starting to coil up here, and there's a chance that we can see another move down tomorrow, possibly even hit 122. Why 122? Well, there is some sort of support here, as you guys can see. There's evidence here, and also evidence over here when we use it as a level of resistance. And also, if we do come back down and pull back to 122, we can retest the daily 21 SMA. All right, this one should be good. Be patient. Snow, so this one a little bit of a downer. I think this can go further to the downside. Erased all the gains from Friday, and it's now trying to erase the gains from Wednesday, right? Or actually, it tried to it already erased all the gains from Thursday, and then now it's trying to erase all the gains from Wednesday. Now, the reason why I don't like this one right now is that it is lagging. Right? It is a laggard name. If you take a look at the weekly time frame and compare it to, let's say, the Qs or just the overall market SPY, this one has been moving sideways, right, on the weekly time frame. So, this one has a lot of room to catch up. And again, I told everyone in the private CFO Discord and for all the members, the private members here, that there is some sort of a magnet here to 200. This is the psychological whole number level. But there can also be another retest of $203. This is the major weekly level of resistance that we can catapult upwards to. All right, so Snow, make sure you guys take a look at this one. All right, it might just be shaking off any weak buyers. Right, this might just be a fake out and a shakeout before we see another break over 185, and then we can start making higher highs and higher lows and have a textbook move to the upside or a textbook uptrend. Okay. All right, miner. Hopefully you're able to focus on all those names, because remember, try to keep at least a maximum of 3 to 4 names that you're watching every single day and every single week. All right, you don't want to overdo it, or else you're gonna get really mentally tired of trying to look at every single thing. Just make sure you hone down to the ones that you really want to be looking at and trading. All right, so TLT, we have very long-term positions. I sent everyone, the private members, a very long-term and I think it's a fairly good one on this one. So as you guys know, the Federal Reserve has paused interest rates, but they're looking to hike 2 more times, right? And that could mean, I would assume it's 25 basis points for each of those 2 interest rate hikes, but that could mean it could raise that benchmark rate, or the federal funds rate, to around, I would say 5.50 to 5.75%, or even higher than 5.75%. But I really don't think they'll be looking to raise it to raise it over that 5.75%. But again, I told my CFO Swing Watch members this, the private members, that I believe they're doing this as a last attempt to try to loosen up the very tight market, as we had a very strong May jobs report, right? The JOLTS report, JOLTS report. Unemployment is still at historic lows, even though it did take a little bit higher, but there's a broad labor participation. Okay, even though there is quite quitting going on, even though there is a lot of still a lot of job shufflings, right? People are moving in between jobs as much as they can, and I believe we call it the Great Reshuffling, or even the Great Resignation. But even though people are quitting, they're actually looking for jobs, and right now there's actually a huge difference between the amount of jobs posted and amount of people who are looking for work. So that divergence and that data is it's a bit concerning, economy wise, but I think the Federal Reserve is really just trying its best to try one last time to break the very tight labor market. And so right now bond prices are looking to move up higher, and bond yields are going down. Again, they have an inverse relationship, very easy to understand. If you guys don't understand it, make sure you guys take your own research on it. It's very easy to understand, but if you guys don't understand, make sure you guys ask me. I'm very knowledgeable in the bond yields and bonds overall, so make sure you guys ask questions. Now for TLT, we are in this nice descending channel, right? So that's kind of the fundamental reasons why, and I wanted to go over that with you guys as to why we are long in this one. And right now the price is just really hyped up, and there's growing bullish sentiment on bond prices, as people are expecting the Federal Reserve to start having a shift in their monetary policy, because right now they're in a very tight monetary policy, so a very quantitative tightening monetary policy, a QT policy, and they're also, again, we're in one of the fastest interest rate hiking cycles ever in history. So the markets are really just optimistic about a potential pivot in their monetary policy, and we can potentially start seeing some rate cuts into the end of this year. But I also think that's highly unlikely. I think that bond prices can actually move up higher just based on the hype alone that the Federal Reserve can start actually cutting rates next year in 2024 all the way to 2025. And again, why do I say that? Because the Federal Reserve has reiterated, multiple Federal Reserve members and even Jerome Powell himself, the chairman, has stated that they aren't looking to cut interest rates anytime soon this year with every single FOMC meeting. So it's plausible that they can be a little bit more dovish with their words, but their actions are what matters. So, but as long as the bond market, the bond prices continue to be hiked up, back off of optimism, right? We should be able to see a nice increase in TLT. So TLT, I expect another retest of 104 soon, since we did break out of this descending channel that I've been looking at for months, and we can see a nice break over 104 and possibly even retest 108.50, which has been a huge monthly and weekly level. Actually, let me make that a little bit more specific. Okay, so I would say around 108.20 is a very large level to consider for another retest. But again, that means bond yields have to also go down, right? On the optimism that the Federal Reserve will be cutting rates, which I personally don't think will happen. But again, this position that we have right now, if you guys don't know what it is, make sure you guys join. I'm not going to be telling you guys what the position is, but for TLT, again, and all the private members who have this position, we should be fine into next year, right? That's a little hint there on what we got, but I won't be telling you guys the exact strike price for those contracts. But yeah, TLT, that should be it, miner. Last one here, NIO. Yeah, so this one has been moving extremely well. I even so we got a very nice swing trade, right? It's kind of a 50-50 gamble here. Well, it was, since we did hold over all the way up to earnings, and we sold on earnings day. So nearly right at the top, we sniped the entry and we sniped the exit as well on NEO here, right? We executed flawlessly. Now, after that, we saw a nice stratospheric rise all the way up to $10. So it hit double digits, and then it went right back down and smacked right back down, which tells you that this $10 double-digit number is very, very significant. All right, so obviously I gotta get rid of this now, but that $8.10 entry point was absolutely flawless, right? Although we got in a lot lower than that, but there were private members here who got in over $8.10, and then they day traded it on earnings day, and they swung it as well. Hey, what's up, Anthony? What's up, guys? There's still more people coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can we get to 10 likes, guys? If you guys are liking this live stream, if you guys think that's very informational, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. I can continue to talk for hours and hours. I have too much information in my head because all I'm doing is reading and reading and reading. Right, so NEO, this one definitely needs to consolidate. I mean, it hit a very overbought condition right at that $10 level, this very, very important double-digit level. So as long as the 10 and 21 SMAs catch up here, my red and my light blue lines right here, we should be good. I think for NEO, we should be able to pull back slightly under $9, so maybe we can hit around $8.85-ish cents. Okay, so miner, maybe you can get a bounce entry around here, and I would expect to see the bounce happening as we retest the 10 SMA, which should coincide with this $8.85 support level. Okay, all right, that is it for you, miner. So Anthony, Microsoft. This one, like I said, with Amazon, all the big tech names, they have to consolidate. They have to pull back, and if we translate whatever happened with whatever happened with SPY today, and what I expect SPY to do in the next few trading days and next few trading weeks, okay, Microsoft should also pull back. All right, so make sure for all the people who are just joining in now, go to the recording of this live stream after I am finished and watch at least minimum 10 to 25 minutes of this recording. Hey, miner, you're welcome. You're welcome. Right? I go give some very, very important information, but I'm always giving out very important information that you guys should know for the entirety of every single live stream. So Microsoft, this one is going to be, yeah. So Anthony, I think if we break below 336 tomorrow, all right, the low today was 335.86. So if we're able to break below 335.80, we can actually see a retest. Maybe around, yeah, let's say 330, right? So we can retest 330, which should also coincide with the daily 21 SMA. All right, so we're getting really overextended on Microsoft, just like with their overall markets, especially the tech sector, the QQQ, right, Qs. So as long as this one starts to move down, as it started to do already, right, today with that gap down overnight and the move lower earlier in the morning, right, I should expect to see something like this. All right, so we might just be starting that already. Right, even my drawing here, we actually bounced off of this drawing that I made on Thursday of last week. Oh, that's very lucky. Wow. That's all a coincidence. Right? I'm not predicting the future with 100% success rate, but that's pretty funny. So, Microsoft, Anthony, tomorrow there could be a chance that you can get a swing entry point tomorrow. Since Microsoft really did actually fill in the gap down that it made today, and then it actually rejected off of Friday's lows. So if we break below today's lows, right, which will be previous low today tomorrow, right, it will be considered the PLOD tomorrow. You should be getting a pretty good entry, and just be wary of the 10 SMA, which is currently sitting at 334. So you might be seeing a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of support coming in at 334, but we should be able to break that easily if the overall tech sector and the overall market starts to continue to pull back and let off some steam. Okay, and once we're able to break below 334, we should be able to see a retest at 330.20 and also coincide with that daily 21 SMA and get a nice sizable bounce around that 330 level. Does that make sense, Anthony? All right, so let me go over one last thing. All right, so quantum computing again might be the next hype. Right, the market loves to just go to the next hyped up sector. All right, so we had AI, and now that AI hype is going to quantum computing. I'm seeing articles everywhere. I'm seeing headlines of it everywhere. So, hey, Joe, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, you're welcome, Anthony. Welcome, guys. Welcome. See more people coming in. More new people. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Again, as usual, if you guys missed the last 50 minutes of this live stream, make sure you guys take a look at the first at least 10 to 25 minutes. But I will highly recommend that you guys watch all of it. Just have it on. In the background, whatever you guys doing, eating, even sleeping, so your brain can get all the information. But make sure you guys try to always listen to every single word that I say. All right. So IONQ. This is a name that I gave out to my private members yesterday night in the newsletter. So this is a name that's really involved with quantum computing and whatever appliances or applications that they have for quantum computing systems, and even just actual, not just software, but I believe like the actual the hardwire stuff, right? So, or actually I don't know what I'm saying here. I think the actual quantum computing systems. That's what I want to say. But IONQ, this one is being eyeballed by a lot of people, especially because, first of all, it's a small cap, right? And small caps have actually been seeing really good strength. And so if the overall small cap, asset class is able to hold its strength for most of the summer months, and I gave the reasons why, actually a lot of reasons why that could happen in the newsletter and the market summary for this week. I believe IONQ can really benefit from the overall relative strength in small caps and the overall building hype on quantum computing, right? As that hype transfers from AI to quantum computing, or QaaS, quantum as a service, right? It's a fairly broad, fairly new and broad term, QaaS, but it's something that people have been mentioning here and there, but now it's kind of getting serious as I'm seeing a lot of articles left and right as I did my research over the weekend. So definitely something to look at, all right? Hey, 6 likes. Thank you guys. Thank you. All right, so definitely watch IONQ, and I gave those reasons that I just mentioned in the market summary. And if you guys want to know what that or those reasons are, there's a plethora of reasons. I typed for a long time last night, or actually yesterday and on Sunday, to kind of give you guys a full breakdown and analysis as the reason why I think small caps will have a pretty strong summer or midsummer month return. So IWM here, really good strength today. In the last, I believe, last 30 minutes or last hour today, we actually saw a divergence of the price action of SPY and IWM. We saw SPY going down. We actually saw SPY making lower highs and lower lows, while IWM was actually rocketing higher. So let me show you guys this. Very interesting here. So we definitely saw more strength today, and IWM filled in the gap today. Okay, so this little gap here, right? We filled it in at the end of the day. All right, so as we're going up, right? So I think it started right before power hour. We blasted up higher with some pretty good volume, okay? And if you compare that to SPY, at the same time, right before power hour, 15 minutes before, look what happened. We're moving sideways and we made lower lows and lower highs. So definitely there is that strength, that difference in strength, that relative strength between the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000, right? The broader markets and the small caps. So again, if you guys want to know the reasons why I think IWM will be very strong into the summer months, the midsummer months, you guys have to join the private CFO Streaming Watch and the Discord. All right, you guys have to become private members, right? So IWM, definitely something to keep an eye on. We already have a position. We already added today as well on this nice little dip, and we actually sniped the ad here too. All right, so where do we add? Right here, literally. So on the 2-hour 50 SMA, I knew there was going to be a bounce, right? Because that's what tends to happen when we have a first retest after a nice impulse run up, and then the 50 SMA catches up on a 2-hour time frame, and we get that nice retest and we get that nice bounce. So as long as we start to see some consolidation from this point forward, so maybe around 185 to around 188.50, like I mentioned multiple times in the past I believe 2 live streams, or maybe just last week on Thursday. But if IWM starts to consolidate, things are looking very good for small caps. Right, so look at small caps, look at this quantum computing name, right? This name is heavily invested and involved in the quantum computing space. And again, I think that's going to be the next hype train to have everyone go on, right? There's going to be a lot of FOMO on this as that hype from AI is slowly transitioning to quantum computing. Okay. Right. Does anyone else have any last tickers that you want me to go over? So last chance here before I end the live stream. I'll do, let's see, I'll do two more. Two more for you guys. So send it my way. I'll be waiting. Give me two more tickers and we'll be good. Hey, welcome guys. I think some of you guys are just coming in and coming out and coming in again. That's fine. So make sure you guys hit that like button down below. And if you guys aren't subscribed yet to the channel, why aren't you? And if you guys are subscribed, make sure you guys hit that notification bell so that you guys know when I am live. Ooh, Anthony, that's a good one. PayPal, huh? This is a laggard. Very, very good one. So PayPal, I think, was it PayPal that was involved in Bitcoin? No, it was Square. It was Block. Yeah, I think it was Block that was involved in Bitcoin. So this one should start moving too, actually. Ooh, this one looks good tomorrow. Ooh, if this breaks over 67, or even just whole number, $68 tomorrow, this one should blast towards 70. Just gave you guys a quick game plan for SQ, Block. So if it breaks over 68, we can possibly see 70 in the next few trading days. Easy. Anthony, so PayPal, ooh. Okay. Yeah, so there's this huge gap here. Very, very large gap down that we need to fill. And we're nearly there, actually. So once we're able to break over $69.68, which was the high of the day on this daily candlestick back in May 9th, we should be able to see a nice run up higher and a possible short squeeze as we are filling in the gap, this gap down that was created by sellers, right? By people who are short. So PayPal, there's one problem though, okay? I think we're gonna get a little tiny pullback tomorrow to at least retest, I think, what was this level here? Yeah, so around 67.70-ish. Okay, if you guys want to round down to 67.50, which is the next major level of support. Well, support right now because we closed over 67.70. It was also used as a level of resistance in the past, but you know, if you guys want to round down, because again, the whole numbers are 0.50 and 0.00, you guys can do that. But regardless, the specific level is 67.70. And the reason why I say that, Anthony, is that when we tend to get a first retest and a close over this really significant resistance at 50 SMA, right? There is a chance that we pull back tomorrow, retest the daily 50 SMA here, which is very, very close to the 67.50 level. So if we do see a convergence point of the daily 50 SMA and the 67.50 level, then we can see a retest of the price at that point and then bounce. And from that point forward, we can see some sort of flag forming, right? It'll be great if we see some sort of consolidation before we get that third leg up higher. Why did I say third leg up higher? Well, we had this first leg up, consolidation, and then second leg up, and potentially, hopefully, a healthy consolidation, right? So this is what we're seeing. All right, move up, consolidate, move up, and potentially consolidate somewhere around 67.50, and we can start holding over the daily 50 SMA. And if that happens, we can allow the 10 and the 21 SMAs to catch up to the price to further support the price up higher and see that potential break to the upside, so that we can see the ultimate gap fill of this very, very large gap down that we have never filled. Okay, Anthony, hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, so LAC is also another name that we should be looking for. I believe I also said in the Discord earlier today, Anthony, if you read it in the trade room. since you are a private member. I did say that basic materials and some commodities are going to be strong in the summer months. Okay, so precious metals, right? Specific, commodities will be doing well, and I think lithium should be doing well. All right, LAC, I gave you guys that entire fundamental analysis last year, so this one should still be pretty solid. However, the technicals look a little bit bad. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It's just the short-term SMAs, they're both curling down, especially that 21 has been a huge crux to any type of a bullish move to the upside. It's been a real pain in the butt here. But as long as we're able to hold over the daily 50 SMA as we've been doing for the past, I think, 2.5 weeks here, or 4 weeks, 4 weeks so far, 3 to 4 weeks, okay, on the 50 SMA on the daily time frame, we should be able to see a nice bounce back over $21. However, if you don't want to be messing around this consolidation that's been happening right above the 50 SMA, I would say wait until we break over 21.55 for an official long-term entry point. And from that point forward, we should be able to rocket up higher to $22.15 and potentially even hit $24. But this $24 won't be hit until we're able to break over this 200 SMA. All right, so you guys have to be careful, right? Especially if you guys are using EMAs or SMAs or whatever moving averages that you guys use, be comfortable with it and know what they do and know what they mean and what kind of implications that they have on the short-term and long-term perspectives. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. All right, so LAC on the weekly time frame as well looks really good. It looks just like uranium names, right? So if you guys want to look at the broader term or the broader industry of uranium, look at URA, right? URA. So LAC, which is a lithium company, right? So this is the name involved in the lithium commodity, right? This one has been making a nice falling wedge for over a year now. So over a year, right? So actually, hold on a second. Almost a year now. Almost. It's almost a year. So this is a huge macro falling wedge. And so far, it seems like we're trying to consolidate right at this descending level of resistance. So if you're able to get a nice pop over that $22, like I mentioned earlier, on that daily time frame, but obviously we need to get over 21.55 first, we should see a nice impulsive breakout just like we saw on URA, uranium. Okay, you guys see this? Right? Or actually, it was a wedge chart pattern. My bad, guys. It was a wedge chart pattern. Okay, so the nice break to the upside. All right, so LSC, definitely look at this longer term, Anthony. Look for at least, I would say even a retest. Again, first will be 24, and even a retest of 26 is not that far off. If we do see a great short squeeze like impulsive breakout to the upside out of this falling wedge chart pattern, which is inherently bullish. All right. Hopefully that made sense. Ooh, SPY futures looks really good right now. Nice little jump here. I mean, Bitcoin itself is moving really well. I'm pretty heavy into Mara. Very, very cheap contracts because it was a weekly expiration. And so if Mara ends up opening up over $12, immediate sell, right? So you guys need to have some very, very strict sell rules during bull markets, right? That's my little advice for you guys today. Okay, always continuously, have risk assessments while you're trading, even after you have executed your game plan, right? And also have very strict sell rules, right? You don't want to get greedy, all right? So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. All right, so we're almost reaching the 1 hour and 10-minute mark. Thank you guys so much for staying with me. And for all the private members that are with me right now, tomorrow we're gonna have that private Wednesday huddle. You guys excited? So it's gonna be our first weekly Wednesday huddle. I believe I went over the time. If I didn't, my apologies. But let me see. I'm pretty sure I gave you guys the time. If I didn't, then that's not good. Okay, I did. Yeah, so the Wednesday huddles will be occurring at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like the live streams that I do on Tuesday and Thursday night. So for all the private members, the Wednesday huddles, okay, if you guys are watching right now this live stream, we will be doing them on at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like the live streams here that I do publicly on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, so make sure you guys are, trying to at least make the Wednesday huddle every single week. I'm very, very excited to start these. Hopefully you guys are as well. So I'll be sending that private link, that private YouTube link tomorrow in this private CFO Discord channel. So make sure you guys take a look at that. And for the people who aren't in the private CFO Discord, because you guys aren't a private member, make sure you guys join. All right. I give out really, really good information that will be very helpful for you all, especially in the bull market, since my personal market environment has come back, my ideal environment has come back. These type of information will be very, very useful in the short-term perspective and in the longer-term perspective as well. All right, so if you guys enjoyed this live stream, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. We did not get to 10 likes tonight, but that's fine. 6 likes is amazing. Good luck tomorrow. If you guys like the trade ideas that I gave you guys tonight as well, make sure you guys hit that like button, and hopefully I can give you guys more of these trade ideas and more analysis, and better my analysis for you all in the next few live streams. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Thursday at the same time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And just make sure you guys are following your trading strategies and rules. All right. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, and hopefully I'll see you guys all on Thursday. You guys are the best. Have a great rest of your night and good luck tomorrow.